Today we're going to talk about the partial product method to help us multiply two-digit numbers by one-digit numbers. So we're going to kind of be breaking apart a number. So in the key idea, our problem is 56 times 7. And if we use the partial product method, we are going to break apart our two-digit number here, which is 56. So our 56 really becomes 50 plus 6 times 7. In step 2, now we're going to multiply what's inside parentheses with that outside number. So they take 50 times 7 and then 6 times 7. Then your step 3 is to multiply what's inside the parentheses. So 50 times 7 is 350, 6 times 7 is 42, and then your step 4 is adding step 3, those two numbers together. So on the try this, we're going to rewrite the two-digit number in expanded form to complete step 1. So we're just going to be working on step 1. So 42 times 6. To use the partial product method, 42 would become 40 plus 2, close my parentheses, times 6. And that's all you have to do for that step. We're just working on step 1. You don't actually have to solve anything. For number 2, 8 times 62, I'm going to be breaking apart 62. That's my two-digit number. So this would be, I'm going to keep my 8 here on the outside, 8 times 60 plus 2. I'm getting this 60 plus 2 from 62. For number 3 and 4, we're going to rewrite the two-digit number in expanded form to complete step 1 of the key idea, and then we're going to use the distributive property that we learned about in lesson 4 from last week to complete step 2. So now we're going to be working on step 1 and step 2. So for number 3, 40 times 5, so I have to do step 1 first. So this is going to be 4 plus 40. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It's not going to be 4 plus. It's going to be 4 times 40 plus 5. Okay, so that was step 1. Now I'm going to take what's inside my parentheses and multiply that. So now I'm going to take 4 times 40 plus 4 times 5. Okay, where did I get that? Well, my 4 times 40, let me use a different color. I took my 40 right here, multiplied it by 4 times 40, and then I took my 5 right here and also multiplied it by 4. So that's the distributive property. Again, no solving. We were just working on step 1 and step 2. So let's try it again on number 4. 57 times 2. The first thing I have to do is break apart that 57. So this is going to become 50 plus 7 times 2. So that outside part stays the same. This part right here stays the same. Okay, so then that's going to equal, now I'm going to take, let me change my color. I'm going to take this 50, multiply it by 2, and take this 7 and multiply it by 2. $50 times 2 plus 7 times 2. You don't have to solve anything else. So what we just did was step 1 and step 2. Step 1, you are breaking apart the two-digit number. And then step 2, we are taking what's inside the parentheses and multiplying. For 5, 6, and 7, now we're going to be adding in the step 3. So for number 5, 82 times 3, first we have to break apart 82. So this is going to be 80 plus 2 times 3. Now I'm going to take what's inside parentheses and multiply it by that 3. So now this becomes 80 times 3 plus 2 times 3. Okay, now I'm going to do step 3. So step 3 is you are actually going to solve 80 times 3 and 2 times 3. So 80 times 3 would be 240 plus 6. And let me do a better job at this 80 so you can actually tell that it's the number 80. Okay, let's try number 6. 7 times 63. So I have to break apart the 63. So this is going to stay 7 times 60 plus 3. Okay, now I'm going to do my multiplication. That's going to equal 60 times 7, close parentheses, plus 7 times 3, close parentheses. And now that's step 3, you are going to solve 60 times 7 and 7 times 3. So then that would be 420 plus 21. It does seem like a lot, but I think once you get into the routine, it gets easier. Okay, let's try number 7. I don't have a lot of room left, but let's try number 7. So 5 times 21. I'm going to break apart 21, so this is going to become 5 times 20 plus 1. Okay, now I have to do my multiplication, so I'm going to take 5 times 20 plus 20 times 1. So then you just have to solve 5 times 20 and 20 times 1. So that would be 100 plus 5. So on the practice, it says find each product using the partial product method. For here, instead of having to do the partial product method, I want you to take a breather, and I just want you to, you can use a calculator and solve those two problems. Number 10 says Ashley's Cheese Company shipped 27 wheels of cheese to a store. Each wheel weighed 4 pounds. How much did the wheels weigh altogether? So for this one, just make your multiplication problem. 27 times 4. Now, if you guys recall how to do 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication, 7 times 4 is 28. You put down your 2. You put down your 8 and you carry your 2. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2 is 10. So you can also solve it that way. And we are not going to do the reflect. So on the worksheet that you have to do on your own for partial product method, I only have you completing the last 2 steps. I've kind of done step 1 and step 2 for you. So I just kind of wanted to show you what you will see on your end and what you have to do to solve. So for number 1, 7 times 36. So step 1, I'm going to break apart my 36. So this is going to be 7 times 30 plus 6. Let me fix my 30 here. And that's a multiplication sign. Okay, so 7 times 30 plus 6. So now I'm going to use the distributive property to do my multiplication. So now this is going to become 7 times 30 plus 7 times 6. So this part right here is done for you. You're going to do the final 2 steps. You're going to solve 7 times 30 plus 7 times 6. And then your final answer, you're going to add those 2 numbers together. So for 7 times 30, that would be 210 plus 42. And then you're going to add 210 plus 42. So your final answer is 252. For number 2, 58 times 3, the first step, I'm going to break apart my 2-digit number, which is 58. So this is going to be 50 plus 8 times 3. Step 2, I'm going to multiply what's inside parentheses. So this is going to be 50 times 3 plus 50 times, nope, I made a mistake. Whoops. We don't have to use that 50 again. We only use the 50. So this will be 8 times 3. Okay, so 50 times 3 is 150 plus 8 times 3 is 24. So now for your final answer, you're going to add 150 plus 24. So your final answer is 174. Number 3, 9 times 42. I'm going to do step 1 and break apart my 2-digit number. So this is 9 times 40 plus 2. Now I'm going to multiply what's inside my parentheses. So this is going to be 9 times 40 plus 9 times 2. Now you're going to do your multiplication. So 9 times 40 is 360 plus 9 times 2 is 18. So 360 plus 18 is going to be 378. So again, you only have to do the final 2 steps.